Hey everybody, this is Dr. Matt Joosse at Joosse Family Orthodontics in Williamsburg, Virginia. Wanted to show off a case because it's a great illustration of an appliance that we use that augments braces, and it really does a lot of heavy lifting for us in terms of bite correction, especially when we have big overbites. So let me show you what we did with Sawyer. So Sawyer came to us looking for a nicer smile, but he also felt like he had a large overbite, and so I'll show you that in just a second. Here's a close-up of Sawyer's teeth when he started, and you can see there's some spacing between the front teeth, some misalignment of these adjacent teeth. We have what we call a deep bite, where the upper front teeth overlap excessively the lower front teeth, and this is a situation that can cause a lot of undue and early wear to the upper and lower front teeth, so we wanted to make sure that we fix that. And as I alluded to, he also has a large overbite. So if you look at the distance from these upper front teeth to the lower front teeth, it's a pretty large distance. And just to explain a little bit about that overbite, so overbites in the front of the mouth are often products of how the teeth relate to each other in the back of the mouth. And so we use this appliance before braces. This is called a D2 appliance, and simply put, it's a bar that runs along the upper teeth, and it connects to, we connect a rubber band on the front portion of this appliance, and that rubber band connects down to the lower teeth. And the whole idea is that you're shifting the upper teeth backwards, so they're going back in the mouth, and the lower teeth are coming forwards. And this works really well when you have kids that are growing, and that's exactly where we caught Sawyer, right in his peak growth. And so we were able to take his jaw growth and harness that growth with some tooth movement to make a big change in the overbite. So let me show you what we did. So here's the idea of what that D2 appliance is going to do in Sawyer's mouth. We're going to hook it up to this upper canine tooth right here. It's going to help take all of these upper teeth backwards. So it hooks up to the upper canine in the front and to the molar in the back. All of these upper teeth are going to move backwards in the mouth, and the lower teeth are going to move forwards as the rubber band works. So I don't have a picture of this in his mouth, but I do have a photo of what things look like right after we took this D2 appliance off. So here's what it looked like, and you'll see that the canine tooth is sitting just about where it needs to be. The molar tooth is actually moved so far back that it's further back than where it really needed to be, and you'll see that we opened up a lot of space right here between the canine and the lateral incisor. And you might think, well, I don't want to open up that space right there, but I tell everyone when we start this appliance, we're going to celebrate the spaces, because the spaces mean that the appliance did its job and that we got this great bite correction in the back of the mouth. So from here, we put the braces on, and now we make the teeth look really good and fit together really well together. So this D2 appliance was a bite corrector for us. It fixed the front to back relationship of the back teeth. And now when we add the braces, we can fix the overbite of the front teeth by closing up all these spaces. So here's what it looked like after we put on the braces and after we closed the spaces. This is him at the end of his treatment. Oh, sorry, jumped the gun there. So this is where we got to with that D2 appliance. We wanted the tip of the canine sitting just about right between these two lower teeth. We're very close to being right on to where it should be in an ideal world. And we ideally want this upper tooth right here to sit right where this lower tooth is. And again, I told you I pushed it actually a little bit too far back, which is okay. It's going to come back to where it belongs here. So here's where we got to at the end of treatment. And you'll notice that that canine tooth is sitting pretty much exactly where it should be, and that molar tooth is pretty close to where it should be. This is a great bite relationship. You can see that the overbite in the front of the mouth has gone away, so he doesn't have that overbite anymore. Here's an illustration of where those things should line up. In the front of the mouth, the canine is just a little bit ahead of where it belongs. In the back of the mouth, the molar is just a little bit behind. So, these things don't always fit together exactly like a textbook says. The sizes of teeth really dictate exactly where they're going to go. But this is a really, really great result. And I think it well illustrates what that D2 appliance does to correct the bite, and then what can happen once the braces go on. So as I said, when the braces go on, then we get to close up all those anterior spaces and make everything look good. So here's the front of Sawyer's mouth, and these teeth are just looking awesome. Even better than this shot is what it looks like on his smile. So what a great looking smile you got there, Sawyer. And here's some comparisons for you. So this is the start to the finish. The front of the mouth, you'll notice that we have a lot less overlap of these front teeth. You'll notice that the space between the front teeth is closed, and the overbite has gone away. Here's a better view of the overbite going away. You can see how big that overbite was when we started. and what it was when we finished. And then here's a view of Sawyer's smile from the start to the finish. So what a difference this made for him. What a great kid. And Sawyer, we really loved working with you. We loved getting to know you through treatment, and just so happy about these great results. Thanks for being an awesome patient, and you deserve every bit of this amazing smile. Thanks for listening.